Every empire believes its wealth will last forever. We are too strong, nothing can happen to us, it says. But history has taught the same lesson over and over again. No matter how great it is, wealth can vanish in an instant, even mountains of gold. That is exactly what happened when the Russian Empire collapsed in 1917. In the middle of war, revolution, and betrayal, one of the largest gold reserves in the world simply disappeared. Gold worth billions of dollars in today's terms, as if it evaporated. Some said it financed the Bolsheviks, others claimed foreign powers seized it, and some believed it was lost somewhere deep in Siberia. The truth is this: the moment Russia's gold was gone, the financial foundation of a massive empire collapsed with it, and the effects can still be felt today. In the early 1900s, Russia was incredibly wealthy. In 1914, just before World War I began, it held more than 2,200 tons of gold in its vaults. It ranked second in the world after France. That was more than Germany, Britain, and the United States combined. At the time, gold meant everything. Money was tied to gold. The ruble was strong because it was backed by real, tangible wealth. The state could borrow, feed its army, and import goods. People, at least on paper, felt secure. But once the war began, everything changed. In 1914, Russia sent millions of soldiers to the front. Money was thrown into the fire. Weapons, ammunition, railways, logistics. Most of it had to be imported and paid for with gold. Gold began flowing out of the vaults and westward. That wasn't enough. The government then started printing paper money with no real backing. We'll manage somehow, they thought. But the result was disastrous. Inflation exploded. Food prices skyrocketed. Wages stood still. The population was pushed toward hunger. By 1917, the system had completely cracked. Soldiers were mutinying, workers were striking, and bread riots were breaking out in the cities. With the February Revolution, the Tsar was overthrown, and the Romanov dynasty came to an end. The provisional government that replaced it was weak. It could neither end the war nor stabilize the economy. And one question was on everyone's mind: where was the gold? And what should be done with it? Some of the gold was sent east to Siberia to keep it away from the chaos. Trains loaded with bullion set off, but even the soldiers guarding them were of uncertain loyalty. Some gold went to London, Paris, and Japan as collateral for loans, but a very large portion simply disappeared. When the Bolsheviks took power in October 1917, only a small fraction of the original reserves remained. For the Bolsheviks, gold was vital. Lenin understood one thing very clearly: ideology can persuade people, but bread, coal, and bullets are bought with money. They sold what gold they had left, traded it, bought weapons, and tried to survive. But Western intelligence reports said something was wrong. There was a serious gap. Hundreds of tons of gold were missing. Some of that gold fell into the hands of the White Army during the Civil War. In Siberia, Admiral Kolchak controlled a massive gold stockpile, at one point said to exceed 500 tons. But when the Bolsheviks captured Kolchak, most of that gold was already gone. Some had been stolen, some exchanged for weapons, some looted. Even today, there are people who believe lost gold trains are still hidden somewhere in Siberia. It is also believed that foreign countries seized some of the gold. Britain, France, Japan, and even the United States may have taken Russian gold under the pretext of loan guarantees. There is no definitive proof. What we do know is that by the 1920s, Russia's gold wealth had almost completely vanished. And who paid the price? Of course, the people. Without gold, the ruble collapsed. In 1921, it took thousands of rubles to buy a single loaf of bread. People abandoned money and returned to barter. Food, clothing, labor, whatever they had, that's how they survived. The empire lost not only its throne, but also trust in money itself. In reality, this story is not unique to Russia. It happened in Rome. It happened in Weimar, Germany. When states debase money and trust disappears, society unravels. The methods differ, but the result is always the same. Ordinary people pay the price, while the powerful manage to save themselves. During the Civil War, stories of the missing gold turned into legend. Trains buried under Siberian snow, crates thrown into Lake Baikal, bullion smuggled to Japanese ports. All of them told the same story. Chaos turned immense wealth into a prize everyone tried to grab. The Bolsheviks used gold to survive. Others turned it into an opportunity. Western banks and traders bought Russian gold at bargain prices. This is what always happens during crises. When a system collapses, someone always profits. By the mid-1920s, the Soviets managed to recover a small portion of what remained. Out of 200 tons, perhaps not even 300 were left. The rest had been stolen, sold, or lost forever. The people, meanwhile, entered decades of poverty and repression. So why does this story matter today? Because the same game is still being played. States are stockpiling reserves. Central banks are moving gold between vaults, and the real numbers are not fully disclosed. Sanctions, frozen reserves, economic warfare. All of it shows that money is a weapon. And as always, the people pay the price. There are a few clear lessons here. First, don't confuse paper money with real wealth. Trust can disappear overnight. Second, crises are moments when wealth changes hands. The majority loses, a small minority wins. Third, whoever controls money controls people. The missing Russian gold of 1917 is not just a mystery. It is a warning about how fragile money really is. 100 years have passed, but the dynamics haven't changed. Debt, inflation, money printing, the silent transfer of wealth, they are all still with us today. History doesn't repeat itself exactly, but it echoes in familiar ways. Rome debased its currency. Russia lost its gold. Today, trillions are created with the push of a button. Different methods, same result. So when you hear about reserves, sanctions, and central banks today, remember 1917, because even the greatest fortunes can disappear overnight. If this story gave you a new perspective, subscribe. History is full of answers, and I'll show you where to find them.